This week will see the start of 4 days of celebrations in the UK to mark the Queen's Platinum Jubilee after 70 years on the throne. Now, during that time, fundamental aspects of life in the United Kingdom have changed beyond recognition. Our home editor, Mark Easton, has been looking at what we know of the Queen's own reaction to the enormous changes she's seen.
Will you solemnly promise and swear?
Along with a crimson velvet mantle edged with ermine, huge responsibility was placed upon the young Queen's shoulders at her coronation in 1953. She was presented to the world as a new beginning for an impoverished kingdom and its crumbling empire.
Some people have expressed the hope that my reign may mark a new Elizabethan age, the Queen said in her Christmas Day address later that year. It was from Elizabeth I, who may well have pondered her own destiny in this room in Hampton Court, that Elizabeth II sought inspiration.
I will call to your minds the words of the earlier Elizabeth. Though God hath raised me high, yet this I count the glory of my crown, that I have reigned with your love.
So how did she approach the job? Her answer? To guide this kingdom through changing times, a vital part of what she called a trusted framework of stability and continuity to ease the process of change.
Freedom, 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 every must be freedom.
The most immediate challenge was helping the country adapt to the end of empire during a time of post-war economic hardship.
No longer an imperial power, we have been coming to terms with what this means for ourselves and for our relations with the rest of the world.
It was also a time of change and tension as immigrants arrived from Britain's colonies. Elizabeth described the new Commonwealth as an equal partnership of nations and races, pledging to give the institution her heart and soul every day of her life.
The Queen has often reflected on the enormous social and political change that has characterised her reign.
In the swinging 60s, she reflected on how good it was that women were beginning to play their full part in public life. In the strife of the 70s, she spoke of hope and faith, and above all, the values and principles she believed would see us through the toughest of times.
The traditional values, etched across our history, equip us well for this age of change.
To ease the process of change, Queen Elizabeth II has sought to bring constancy to her role as monarch, dependable, unchanging, loyal and true.
As the United Kingdom celebrates her 70 years on the throne, she's become the keystone in the nation's architecture, the solid and immovable piece that holds the country's image of itself in place.
Change has become a constant. Managing it has become an expanding discipline. The way we embrace it defines our future.
If success to Elizabeth was to have reigned with the love of her people as Elizabeth I inspired her to do, then success it has been. Transcending ages, races and classes, Elizabeth can be confident she enjoys the respect and affection of her kingdom. Mark Easton, BBC News.